This is the Wrestling Old Head. You have entered the portal of pro wrestling.
What the world is watching.
What's up, you guys? Now, before I get into my predictions for Elimination Chamber 2025, which will be another video that's coming out soon, I thought that I would sit and discuss the women's Elimination Chamber for a second, because I think that we need to give some consideration to the mystique of who could walk out of the women's Elimination Chamber. Now, they got Roseanne Perez. I'm kidding, Lillian. I'm kidding. Roxanne Perez, who is, reinventing herself on WWE television from her NXT character as the Prodigy, right? And she had a match with Raquel Rodriguez, which was very interesting because it was two heels in the same ring. But I don't know if they're setting up Roxanne to be like more of a face and what's going on. It's very clear that they're setting up a program between Roxanne Perez and Bayley. So logic says that I should cross those two off the list because WrestleMania may be Roxanne Perez and Bayley, or maybe NXT Stand and Deliver, or whatever they're going to plan with them. So I can cross Bayley and Roxanne Perez out. Now I've got Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan, it is very likely that she could win and go on and challenge Rhea Ripley again. However, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez have been hovering around the WWE Women's Tag Team title scene for a long time, and I would not be surprised if in the next couple of weeks we see Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez win the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. I think it could happen very soon. So if Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are going to be given the tag titles, I don't think they would put Liv Morgan in an opportunity where she would go to WrestleMania to face the women's champion in Rhea Ripley, and I don't know if they would revisit Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley this fast after their last match in January. Okay, so we're going to cross Liv Morgan out. Now, Alexa Bliss is very interesting because they brought her back and there was contract negotiations and there was everything there. So what if in the contract negotiations she was guaranteed a shot at the women's champion at WrestleMania? What if it is Alexa Bliss against Rhea Ripley? The funniest thing about that is that Rhea Ripley is on Raw, Alexa Bliss is on SmackDown, but Alexa Bliss has this story that is looming with the Wyatt Six. They started to show back up with the QR code videos again, so maybe they're going to visit something with that, and then maybe you can have the Wyatt Six with Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, who, left her Judgment Day team or something. Maybe they have a storyline prepared for something like that. I really don't see Alexa Bliss and Rhea Ripley as a WrestleMania match per se, because I think that Alexa Bliss has been super over. And I understand that there's like these fantasy matchup ideas that people have. I have them as well. Like, ain't nobody fantasy cooks like me, dog. I whips it up. However, I got to be logical and real and keep it 1,000 wow and say that Alexa Bliss came back at the Royal Rumble to one of the biggest pops in professional wrestling in the last few years, to squander that pop when she goes against the most popular woman in the WWE in Rhea Ripley. I don't know if that is a good idea. I don't know if it's a good idea to put Alexa Bliss in a situation to where she might be booed because she's going up against Rhea Ripley. So if the idea is to sell the dolls and the merchandise and put her with the Wyatt Six, then putting her with Rhea Ripley, logically, I don't see it. I have a much better, I'm much more in understanding that she can work with Nia Jax or something, or maybe they repackage Alba Fire and make her a supernatural character and pit her against Alexa Bliss, or Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross team up and go after the tag titles with Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Now we're talking, okay? So that makes more sense. So we're going to cross Alexa Bliss out, which leaves me with Naomi and Bianca Belair, which leads me to the point of this whole video, is that I was looking at the women's chamber and I was looking at all of these options, and just as I did in the last 5 minutes where I broke it all down like a shotgun for you, I logically broke down every competitor in the chamber for the women's side, and I came to Naomi and Bianca Belair. And so then here's how I feel like this match is going to go. At some point, we are going to see who attacked Jade Cargill. And I believe that Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, who were there at SmackDown, it was no surprise, but they made some kind of a reveal that they were backstage when Jade Cargill was going into the ambulance, and so they insinuated that it could be potentially Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, but nah. I believe that it's going to be revealed to be Bianca Belair. And I know a lot of people have their hard time wrapping their heads around the idea of Bianca Belair being a heel. For those that don't remember, when she was in NXT, she was a phenomenal heel. She was crushing it as a heel in NXT. On top of that, her main squeeze is Montez Ford. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins in the Street Profits, Lord have mercy, they just turned heel. Okay, so Bianca, it's no secret, it was all over the reality TV stuff that I'd ever watched, but I assume they did it a lot, where Montez Ford was with Bianca Belair, so they know that they're in a relationship, just like they know that Naomi and Jimmy Uso are an item as well. Jimmy Uso is one of the most popular guys on the SmackDown roster. I don't know if they would put Naomi in a situation where she would be a heel. And besides that, I just can't see Naomi. She's so sweet. She's smiling. She's lovable. She's got a great entrance. I just don't see her going heel. Now, Bianca, in the song, it says, "I never needed you at all." It fits with that aura of like turning on your friends. I never needed you at all. It's in her song. She's telling you she never needed Jade. She never needed Naomi. She got her main squeeze and his homeboy. And the Street Profits and Bianca Belair, that could be Montez Ford's Triple B. Bad Bianca Belair. You feel what I'm saying? So like, you have a situation that makes total sense to me, which is that Bianca Belair turned on Jade. She didn't want to be attached to her. Used Naomi's friendship to hide behind the fact that she did that. And then when it is revealed that she was the one, like in a Scream movie, everybody's a suspect. You know what I mean? Like, because these days, you got to have a sequel. And it's revealed to be Bianca Belair, it would crush Naomi. Naomi would be distraught, right? Now you have Naomi that could team with Jade Cargill. Naomi can get comfort from Bayley. And Bianca Belair can be out there, and maybe she can have a partner at some point that they can find that can help her out as well. I can envision Bianca Belair and Jada Parker from NXT being a phenomenal tag team. Being a phenomenal heel tag team in that regard. Bianca Belair would have more attitude. She would be a lot more rugged, and she could team with Jada Parker, and they can go at Naomi and Jade Cargill. I think you got some money in a situation like that. That's just me whipping it up, y'all. I'm fantasy cooking over here. You know what I mean? Let me cook. Let me cook. Not saying that could happen, but let your boy cook, okay? So I've crossed out Naomi because I just don't see her being a heel. She's got the smile. She's lovable. The crowd loves her. I don't think she could ever be a heel. Besides the fact that she's married to Jimmy Uso, who's one of the most popular guys on the SmackDown roster right now. And you got a potential there to do Naomi and Jimmy against Bianca and Montez, which could be really good money right there. Okay, so there's a lot that you can work with here. So cross Naomi out, and what am I left with is with Bianca Belair. Now Bianca Belair wins, and I know there's going to be this pull to have Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. They can save that. Bianca can be ducking Jade for months before they have that match. And even then, they can have the match. All kinds of nefarious activity can go through, okay? Like, there's a lot that they can utilize with this. And I've seen there has been news that has come out that a lot of women in the WWE are frustrated with their roles. This is a storyline because you've got Bianca Belair against Rhea Ripley, which is box office, in my opinion, for WrestleMania, where Bianca's going after the women's championship. She's got problems with Naomi. She's got problems with Jade Cargill. There's so many different people that are all interconnected into this type of a storyline. It can get all women involved. from both brands, okay? And that's something that can keep a lot of people busy. There's a lot of fresh matchup potential there, and I think it can be exciting, and it can generate a lot of interest. So for the SmackDown having Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton, you have for Raw, Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley, 2 box office matchups here. And with Bianca in this new role, it gives you a fresh heel in the women's division, which is needed. You know, you've got a lot of faces. You got Bayley, you've got Io Sky, you've got Alexa Bliss, you've got Naomi. I mean, you got a ton of women on the face side. Now you'll have Bianca Belair as a heel, and Jade Cargill is going to be coming back as a face. She'll be super over. I think there's a lot there that they can work with. So that's what I figured out from the women's chamber that makes sense. Now, obviously, people are going to say Liv Morgan, and I get that. I understand that. I don't know if they should go back to that well right now. I think it's dried up as of January. A lot of people were sick of it. And with Alexa Bliss, as I stated, I think she's just too popular to pit her with Rhea Ripley. It's the same reason why I don't like the idea of Cody Rhodes and John Cena, unless they're going with paranoid nightmare Cody Rhodes. So that's what I think is going to happen. But what do you guys think is going to happen at the Elimination Chamber? My predictions video is coming up really soon, but I thought I'd just kind of expound on that idea of where I feel like Bianca Belair should be going next, especially with the reveal of Jade Cargill's attacker coming up soon. I thought that I would get ahead of that and then just speak my mind on that situation. So please, guys, in the comments, let me know what you guys think. Who's going to win the chamber? Who attacked Jade Cargill? What do you see happening coming on the outside of that? And make sure that you hit the thumbs up and the notification bell so that you know when the Wrestling Old Head is coming through the portal to drop you with some hotness. Until then, stay tuned for more.